there's something that just drew me to this infinite question mark.
Space is the ultimate boundary.
I've lived in an age where we've always had pictures of the Earth, but there's something about seeing it with your eyes that makes you realize it.
So here's the deal. You are about to see the craziest international competition.
An adventure that's out of this world.
Alors vont-ils décrocher leur ticket pour l'espace?
To go into space.
Yes, actual space.
Hi, everyone.
I want to go to space.
Space would be absolutely epic.
I come from Croatia.
From Egypt,
Holland, Ukraine,
Kingston, Jamaica.
Taiwan. 宇宙飛行士になるのが昔からの。
23 winners will go to space. They'll become official astronauts. We've created physical and psychological training missions.
It has been my dream that the unique view I had would become accessible to all humanity. The torch is being passed from my generation to yours.
We're just regular people who've jumped at this opportunity.
I grew up a very shy little girl. It's the craziest thing I've done.
Success to me would be not puking my guts out. I'm not gonna give up no matter what.
If I do go or if I don't go. No, there's no don't go. I want to go. Push! Come on, who's gonna win? It's the brotherhood, it's the love, it's the friendship, it's the joy. We actually work together as a team.
We have a diverse of people in South Africa, white, black, and brown. So we're trying to make sure that we bring all these communities together. South Africa. That's right.
Going to space has always been my dream since I was a little kid. It was one of my biggest dreams. So today I'm here to fulfill it. I'm pretty certain that I'm going to win because I don't have a lot of options. All my friends told me that if you don't win, don't come back. So, so it's not an option to fail.
There's the sign, Kennedy Space Center, 8 miles ahead. That's what we came for, guys.
Kennedy Space Center.
Yeah.
Finally, yeah. We have arrived!
It'll mean a lot to me to be the first Filipino astronaut. Not only to me, by the way, but also to my countrymen. Like, we've been struck by a really bad typhoon recently, and coming out from a down, I think that having this chance to show them that there is still hope means a lot to me.
If I do win and I get to be the first Malaysian woman to go to space, it will spark a revolution.
In Egypt, we've had basically 2 revolutions in 3 years. People are tired and they feel that, there is a ceiling. If I would become the first Egyptian in space, it will allow a lot of people to dream and understand that there is no ceiling.
I'm 21 right now. To be the youngest in the world to go into space it's on this unimaginable scale, really, yeah.
If I do go to space, I'd be the first black African to go to space. It's huge.
Things like space exploration, these endeavors of pushing the human spirit forward, are the things that break boundaries. And if you can break down these limits and boundaries in one person, then breaks these boundaries in 10 and then 100 and then thousands, you can create a shift in an entire generation.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This will be a very special week. And by the end of this week, only 23 of you will go to space with us.
I'm looking forward to this for years to wear one of these things, and now, oh my goodness, I can't believe this.
Throughout this week, we will be judging all of you in key missions. Those missions are selected carefully by us to see if you have what it takes to go to space.
It's a balance between anxiety and trying to stay composed through the week. And that's an incredibly important point for all the recruits that they have to learn to master.
Astronauts need to possess 3 qualities. First of all, bravery. Do you find the strength to persevere and achieve? Secondly, enthusiasm. Can you show throughout this week that you have a true passion for space travel? And thirdly, teamwork. Can you show us that not only you can achieve your goals alone, but also help your team members? We'll be taking these winners on the X-Core Lynx Mark II spaceship, which will fly you into outer space.
The flight starts with a big push back into your seat. And you start to accelerate. You know, Mach 1, Mach 2, and then it's Mach 3. 3 minutes later, the engine's cut off. And it's instant quiet.
So far, only 536 people have gone to space. Well, ladies, gentlemen, this is about to change. You are Generation Astronaut.
I never thought that there'd be a competition gathering 100+ people all over the world. Then you're all competing for a chance to go to space.
You're going to compete with people that have the same passion as you, and they are fighting for their dreams, so it's really, really tough.
I didn't come here to play in the park. I came here to compete.
I don't know what they're going to ask us to do today. So the mystery there makes it even more, it's like fear of the unknown.
All right, darling. I know the challenges are going to be extremely hard, but it almost seems like something up above has said, here you go, Bill, here's your big chance. Make the most of it.
Everything's been pretty secretive. I've got no idea what it's going to be like. So yeah, it was pretty nerve-wracking.
We take people to space. There are a few things that are mandatory by the FAA. You have to have experienced 4G, so 4 times your own body weight, for at least 20 consecutive seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to G-Force training.
The level of gravity we have here on Earth, we refer to as 1G. And when you multiply that 2 times, it's 2 Gs. 3 times, 3 Gs. 3 Gs is what you experienced during a shuttle launch.
We not only want to train you doing G-forces, but also if you can still remember things and do things under pressure.
On the shuttle flight, when we got to 3 Gs, it was like somebody just sat on my chest. And you're lying there going, not sure that I can breathe.
Before you go in, I will show you a number, and we've got 10 seconds to remember that number. And when you step out of the machine, you have to try to repeat it.
I'm about to enter the G-Force simulator. I think it will feel like 3 more Pedros are above me and are pushing me down. And I'm like, oh, move.
Me un poco de miedo no acordarme los números cuando termine, pero tengo muchas ganas de hacerlo.
Are you guys ready? 10 seconds.
Me and Chino first went up. They basically started off by giving us the coordinates. Before we got here, I managed to have a go on one of the G-Force simulators in the UK as well. I've decided because of this competition that I'm going to train to be one of the guys that flies the commercial space flights. So if I win this competition, I think that's going to be a huge help for the future.
Roger, bullet 15, rolling.
I don't know how many Gs that was there. 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know.
All right, here we go.
Actually, the challenge that I was most nervous about was the G-Force. But it was really, really awesome.
crazy. It's a crazy feeling. Wow.
Let's do it again. Control, bullet 15, North Evening.
All right, so tell me the numbers, please.
It's 4, 5, 8, 9, 1, 0, south.
53, 29, 47 west.
Excellent.
55, 74, 53E.
Very good.
34, 16, 58 S.
Excellent.
65, 08 west.
Very good.
285. I'll just go completely blank. I was listening to Chino say his numbers, and then it just like got confused there. Uh, 285853.
Yes.
See you later. We're just judging you throughout the whole thing. So yeah, it was kind of intimidating just to know that pretty much like my future is almost in their hands, really.
It's you against the course today.
We're brothers and all of that, but it's a competition.
It's really hard in here. I feel like my head is going to explode.
You'll be experiencing up to 4 Gs today, so it's very important that you don't pass out.
You doing all right?
All right, good morning, recruits. Are you guys ready? Yeah! Are you guys ready? Yeah! Are you guys ready? Yeah!
They call it an assault course, which is quite intimidating. I see there's a bit of a climbing wall, hurdles, a zip line. It's going to get dirty, it's going to get busy, and it's going to get sweaty.
This course is going to test your strength, your willpower. It's you against the course today.
The things that we'll be looking for are people who quickly adapt, people who start to help others. It's that enthusiasm, that overcoming of obstacles.
Recently, I did a 10K obstacle course. So seeing these obstacle courses might be more fun for me than for others.
Push yourself to the max, because we want to see how deep are you willing to push.
Let's do this.
All right, let's go. Let's jog.
I feel very confident in approaching the assault course. I've been training around 20 hours a week. I'll start off my day by having strength workouts, squats, heavy deadlifts, followed by metabolic conditioning. For that one, I use a oxygen deprivation mask, so it's gonna help me stay composed under pressure.
On your mark. Come on.
It's about being in the zone. That warrior mentality that you're not gonna give up no matter what. Once you get into that zone, everything's so slow. Everything's beautiful. You're having the time of your life. There's a good balance of bliss and struggle in that code. So having that fighter mentality just brings out all of those feelings of being alive.
Push.
It seems easy because you start with all your energy, and then you start to get tired, and it starts to get tougher and tougher and tougher. And I started feeling the heat like going through my body and the sun and everything, and I started to feel really, really tired.
There you go, buddy. Way to go. Good job, buddy. We're brothers and all of that, but it's a competition. It's about pushing yourself to the limits. And when you've reached your limit, you need to push harder and use heart.
Good job right there. Faster. Push yourself, faster. Come on.
Come on, Chino, you got this.
Start strong, finish stronger. Because you don't want to slow down before you reach the finish line, or else someone else is gonna beat you to it.
Great job, Chino. I'm nervous about the assault course. You know, I admittedly am out of shape. I think the physical challenges are going to get to me. I'm from a small town in West Virginia. For my job, I'm a video game representative. In school, I'm majoring in elementary education. I want to be an elementary teacher. I have a few friends that don't believe I'm here. They are rather unsupportive, to say the least. I just want to prove to my town, I want to prove to my family, my friends, that I can go through with this and make them proud.
Bill Bell was not very confident in approaching this challenge, and I saw that right away. So I told him that I won't let you go through it alone. I'm gonna run it with you. I'm gonna shout at you. I'm gonna tell you how much you want it.
I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I'm just gonna go out there, do my best, and hope for the best.
Come on, Atlantis! Get ready! Let's go, push.
Got this.
Come on.
Stand up. Good.
Let's go. You got it. One at a time. Let's go, Bill.
Come on.
Keep focused. Keep focused. You got it, Bill. Nice. Great job. Let's go. Push. Go. Nice. Good hustle. Way to stay focused right there. I love it.
You got this. Let's go. Rock and roll. Let's go.
You okay? You all right? What's happened? What happened?
Well, I was trying to go on to the next station, and I fell a little too hard on my ankle.
Do one, then recover. Come on, bro. Fight through it. Come on, get angry. Let's go.
It's not about good job. There you go.
Recover.
I was in so much pain, and I was embarrassed. I didn't want to embarrass my country and embarrass myself in front of everybody else.
So you're going to stop now. You've had an injury. I need to get you to the medic. All right? Okay, come with me, please.
Fight through it.
Okay?
I feel bad for Bill. I told him we'll finish it together. Of course, I didn't expect injury.
To be blatantly honest, I'm really worried that that one fiasco ruined it for me.
What I just did takes my breath away. Was the assault course. This is what it's all about. If you want to leave a man, come back a hero, this is the stuff you need to do. Hero stuff.
All right, pump that. 4 more in this last set. 4 more. 1, that's it. 2.
Well, I don't like sitting back and just watching. I've always had a habit of going to try and help people with their problems or help people get better in life.
More than halfway through, that's it. Put your knees up.
I was just trying to finish. It was really tiring and I had to keep up with my breath.
10, 11.
I didn't really care how the others were doing. I just wanted to get to the next part. I just told myself to just breathe and then continue. I never gave myself the option to stop. My hometown is very conservative. Women are restrained from joining these kind of things. It's something weird. This contest is not just about me anymore. I don't really care what people say. I'm still going to work hard for this. I'm not that athletic, but I think I did okay. I managed to complete all the rounds and finish the entire circuit.
Great job, bro. Very well, huh? That was good.
Yeah. That's when I realized how brave you can actually be.
Good job out there.
Thanks. You too.
That's all you can do at the end of the day. Just do your best, be yourself, and have fun.
Oh, that feels good. It's really, really, really hard in here. I feel like my head is going to explode for the heat. But when I was in the assault course, I was like, space. I need to go to space. So there was one point at which my legs started to fail me when they were like, oh no, we don't want to run anymore. And I was like, there's no option.
Kennedy Space Center is where everything happened. It's the place that us foreigners hear about it for every launch. And being here is just lost for words.
7, 6.
We have figured out how to safely fly humans in space. Well, that's what NASA has done for the last 50 years, along with the Russian Space Agency, European Space Agency as well.
1, 0, and liftoff, the final liftoff of Atlantis.
We started with
ballistic suborbital rockets, just little bottle rockets, basically, with a guy holding on for dear life. And then building much more complex rockets, like the Saturn V boosters that first took men to the moon in the late 60s, early 70s.
0, all engine running. We have a liftoff.
Some part it makes you feel inspired to keep going and to know that you can achieve great things, but on the other part it makes you feel sad that in your country no one is interested in to go into space, so it's a mix of emotions. I'm trying to develop a program that is destined for all the youth in Mexico. And the idea is to help kids from any community and to start to think about space as something they could live their life to. So if I win this competition, I think it would be so much easier to develop this program because then you have the support of everyone in the nation.
Gemini through Apollo is very much Generation 1, proving how to do it. And then the shuttle program continued that.
Seeing the Atlantis was like something that has been your desire for so long, coming to reality all of a sudden. So for me, the space shuttle symbolizes the strength we have as human beings over the difficulties we face from the universe, from everything around us. It makes me believe that we can just do anything.
I come from a broken home, and we've had to fend for ourselves. I know what it feels like not to eat. Imagine if I could go to space, I could take that back to the rest of Africa. Even the kid in the ruralest of areas, he must know about South Africans in space. Because sitting there, he can get up, go to school, and maybe he can be on the moon and beyond.
This is such an exciting time in human history, to be alive and to see all this happening. This is not just science fiction anymore. This is really the cusp of a new era of spaceflight.
What a thrill and honor it is for us to be here with you. It's just really exciting to feel the energy in this group and to share our story. Mission STS-86. It was our second flight into space. Our destination was Mir Space Station.
Mir was damaged. So the Russians came up with a plan that required a series of spacewalks.
We did the very first joint U.S.-Russian spacewalk, and I had the good fortune to be part of that. When you're out there, you get tele-focused on what you're doing, and then you look up. There are the Himalayas. Oh, there's the Great Barrier Reef.
When you get that view, it completely changes your perspective of life down here on Earth. There aren't borders. I don't see those big black lines. It's one planet. We are one group of people.
The greatest legacy of the Shuttle Mir program is the fact that two countries who had trained to go to war against one another can now work together as partners.
Look around you. I mean, there's, I guess, 60 different countries represented here. That's really amazing. I feel like I'm talking to future colleagues.
It is amazing. Clap for yourself.
This is incredible adventure and opportunity. Do not give up, because I can guarantee you this is the most profound life experience you will ever have. You need to go do this. Good luck.
Welcome to your flight test. You're going to fly with one of the pilots from Air Combat USA, and they're the most experienced pilots in the world. They have flown everything that's in the military inventory in the last 20 to 30 years. So they're the pilots, and they're the ones that ultimately are going to judge you.
The profile that you're going to be simulating on this particular mission is the upper portion of the rocket flight. When you reach about 192,000 feet, the rockets turn off and the spacecraft goes on up to about 360,000 feet. And from the point where it's exo-atmospheric and the engines are off, you're in 0G. And so we'll be simulating that in the first maneuver.
Being a pilot prepares you well for the task of being an astronaut. Successful pilots have the ability to maintain a situational awareness. No matter how much information they may be bombarded with, they have a good handle on what is actually happening.
That's what you want. You want these guys and girls to know what's coming and be able to do whatever is required.
especially if things don't go, you know, as expected.
You'll be experiencing up to 4 Gs today. It's an unusual place to be. The blood in your head is trying to go to your feet. You're going to have to fight that tendency. Keep tightening your stomach muscles and taking short breaths. That traps the blood in the upper part of your body, and most importantly, in your brain and your optic nerve.
I'm so excited to do the flight test. I think just, yeah, pure adrenaline right now, yeah. Just to be able to fly and not have to look out of a small window, just to be able to see everything, experience the G-force as well, because you don't really get that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, aside from the trip down here, I've only been on a plane once before in my life. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to have fun with it, and hopefully I don't puke my guts out.
If you get sick, here's a bag. You ready? Yeah. All right.
I applied at a younger age to become a pilot with the Australian Defence Force. But then when I got to the optometrist, they turned me down. And even after 5 appeals to the top levels of government, they still said I'm just outside the limits. So if I had this opportunity to be able to go into space, it'd be the final thing that I could say, yes, you know what, even though I've got the eyes that I do, hey, I went to space, and that's something you just can't buy.
1-5 for takeoff. Okay, that's us.
Air Combat 10 in flight, clear for takeoff, runway 15 south departure. Air Combat 10.
Ready to go?
Good to go, sir.
Here we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, Josh, what I want you to do is just keep looking outside, keep the horizon level, watch him, and I want you to just kind of, you know, fly around and get the feel for this airplane, all right? You got the airplane. You're flying.
After a couple of minutes, he was like, okay, you've got the stick. That was amazing.
There you go.
This is awesome.
This is so much fun, I can't imagine. This is so good.
I can fly.
The most beautiful thing about being in the air is the ability to be free. If you want to go over there, you can go over there. If you want to turn right, you can turn right. If you want to go upside down, you can go upside down and pull some G while you're doing it.
Roll left, rolling left. More, all the way over like left. There you go. Little canopy roll around it.
It's just nothing else that can even replicate anything like that in the world.
Slam it right and hold it. Hold it all the way over, all the way over.
Going upside down, round and round, that was just unbelievable, and I don't think words can possibly explain how good that is.
Yeah! Oh, freaking awesome!
Smooth pull it to the horizon. Smooth pull it, yeah.
Oh, this is so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's beautiful.
Better than a roller coaster, isn't it?
Never been on one.
Oh, wow! Oh, my God!
Yeah!
I can't even explain it right now. I want to do it again.
We started to do typical kind of things you'll expect in the Link spacecraft.
Okay, this is gonna be 0G.
Wow.
Not yet.
We rose up to about 70 degrees.
There's your 0G.
And I'm looking out the window, and then my arms are just floating right in front of me.
Woo! Yeah, buddy!
Oh. Ah.
Woo! Is that good? Yeah, it's okay. Oh.
Just before I got here, I did the G-force simulation in the UK. So that got me to 4.4 Gs, so I'm gonna ask the pilot if I can go a little bit higher, maybe.
To the left. Ready? Yeah. Here we go. Here comes the G's. You ready?
My face, all I can remember is my jaws locking at one stage, going like, "Ugh," and then I had to pull it in.
Oh, man. I'm good. That's 5. That's 5.5. Really? Oh, that's almost 16.
Your head definitely feels pretty heavy. You feel pretty heavy in your seat, but no loss of color vision or anything, so I did pretty well, I think.
Did you feel that cheese, man? Yep. That was crazy awesome.
5, clear to land. Understand, left brake, runway 15, clear to land. Air Combat 4 flight.
Touchdown.
Yes, sir.
I flew an Air Combat USA airplane. I am awesome.
Tom Cruise got nothing on you, dude.
I floated out of my seat for a few seconds. Best feeling ever.
He enjoyed every second of it.
My confidence has gone from 0 to about 1 million. I can do anything with my life now. Anything.
Timothy was one of the best people I've flown with because he's a pilot. He flew the whole flight, really. He flew the formation, everything. He's a very good pilot. Tim knows what to do and what not to do.
I asked him to do the rollover, and he goes, yeah, do the rollover. So he pull up the stick and come back over. Oh, yeah,
that was so
awesome.
nice, right? Yeah. It was absolutely amazing, yeah. There's not much I can say, really. I'm sure the videos will say it all. I've officially flown a plane before I can drive a car.
That's crazy, man.
Look at that, how close it's beautiful.
What so close. I want to go back up. Can I go back up?
The exhilaration of being in space takes away all barriers. We all come from different cultural backgrounds, educational backgrounds, professional backgrounds, but you come together for a common mission, and they become a family to you. People come together very naturally, very focused on the mission, but through that you get to see their humanity, and we're all very similar in that regard.
My name's Andrew Nelson, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer at X-Core Aerospace, and we're the one building that rocket ship that you're going to fly on one day if you're successful in your endeavors. And being an astronaut, just like an engineer, you have to improvise and overcome. You are confronted with a problem, which is to build a rocket. You will be judged on teamwork. You'll be judged on your enthusiasm. You'll also be judged on your success in building your rocket. Now, you have an hour to do this task. So good luck to you, and I'll be watching.
Mentos and Coke?
Yeah.
How do we load it?
Okay, so this is the idea. We've done this before. Like, you poke a small hole in here, we feed the string through here, and we hold onto the string here, and then we just let go.
So essentially it'd be like this.
Yeah.
The alternative is we can maybe put the string around the side of the Mentos.
Listening to everyone putting their input, you know, you get to realize that your input is much as important than the next one. It's all about teamwork, equality.
So the plan is to essentially recreate a bottle rocket using one of the engines from the rocket kit. I'm an aerospace engineer. Every decision I've made in my entire life has been a part of that goal, to be an astronaut. So until the clock hits 0, I want to give it 100%. If we give it angular velocity, it won't be able to wobble off its axis. It might go straighter.
Have you read about this concept somewhere, or?
Nope.
This is a sure thing, and this is the maybe more cooler experimental.
Guys, you have 30 minutes left. I repeat, 30 minutes left.
Drop the Mentos, we put this in, it goes up.
They'll think it's easy to build a rocket, but now they see how hard it really is.
Careful, not too much, not too less.
We've created physical and psychological tests, but there's more than that. To become one of the astronauts, you need more. I think you need to really show, especially with those 60 countries, that you're a team player.
Just checking the perpendicular relativeness of the launch module.
New word we just made up.
Yeah.
Guys, you have 1 minute left. I repeat, 1 minute.
It's a quick release tab for our fuel source. So we load the fuel source into here, and when we're ready to launch, pull the quick release tab and we just run. Hope for the best.
Stop, you finished? Hands away from the table.
I found a new sort of family. I didn't know that there were so many people in the world that were as crazy as I am, you know, that have heart, and they do. It's beautiful. It's an awesome experience.
Go!
And that's what it's about. It's doing it as a team.
Having an experience together, this will really bring out the camaraderie. Like it or not, you're gonna develop a kind of relationship with the people that you're with that it's going to be beyond anything else that you can create in a normal environment. Going on these things is kind of like life compressed. I mean, yes, we're working together as a team, but at the end of the day, you're competing against other people for a limited amount of spots. So you're basically on your own.
3, 2, 1, go!
To think that only 23 of us would be going to the space, possibilities of that being me, it's crazy.
Space travel really holds the only key to infinite possibilities. I could just imagine it would be the most unbelievable feeling and unbelievable experience in my life.
So this is the moment when we find out who is going into space.
I'm super excited and nervous.
It's so intense. I've never felt like this before.
Our first winner.
It's such a tense moment. In less than, I think, 1 hour, we're going to know like who's going to space and who's staying at Earth.
I'm running on adrenaline at the moment. I've never been this emotional in my life, I don't think. I just wanted to avoid disappointment.
Let's look at the scores again real quick.
That's a really low one here.
It's a really low score.
You made a mistake on the G-force.
Oh, on the number?
The number.
If I did win, you know, that would be really crazy. Like, really crazy.
She's so good at everything except for the physical.
And still she did very well, like one of the best.
In terms of the rocket launch, he was a really good team leader, incredibly good with other people.
One by one, if their names are going to get called out and they're going to go up, like, I can't even imagine how that's going to feel.
It's all really close.
Yeah, it's a close call.
I think we can eliminate him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It is my extreme pleasure to introduce to you a legend, Buzz Aldrin.
I once gazed upon Earth from almost 100,000 kilometers away while standing on the surface of the moon. Going into space has been the biggest privilege of my life. And so it gives me immense pleasure to think you have the chance to glimpse what I saw all those years ago. Thank you very much.
So this is the moment when we find out who has won the ultimate prize. This is when we find out who is going into space. Our first winner. From India, Vinay Singh. The next winner. Tale Sunlisæter of Norway. Woo! Our next winner. Daniel Chino Roque from the Philippines.
I'm extremely apprehensive and anxious. The buzz in Egypt has reached like a really big level, and I'm hoping not to let everybody down.
Following Chino, Amish Fogg from New Zealand.
We were all watching, and I was like, I just couldn't handle it.
From Spain, Eduardo Lorena. Next winner, Omar Samra.
My destiny at this point is in the hands of the judges. Of course, fingers crossed. I've been working at this so long that I hope the judges see that.
From Russia, Dini Efremov. From Germany, Felix Stoch. From Thailand, Ms. Parada Tekaviji.
It was happening so fast.
Han Long Lu from Vietnam.
But the possibility is still there, and you're like so close to it.
Our next winner from France, Cyril Gagne. From Brazil, Marco Garazzi. Takanobu Yoneya from Japan.
Right now, I'm scared. But even if I don't win, when you sit back and reflect, you'd say, I went up against the best, you know.
Okay, our last two.
But I'm playing this whole thing in my head. The hands start sweating. I'm thinking like, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
Tim Gibson from Australia. And last but not least, Manlinkosi Maseko of South Africa. Congratulations to all of you.
Una alegría sentir que estaba flotando. Yo creo que sentí la gravedad cero sin estar en el espacio.
I felt all my body like, wow! That was like a living dream.
When they say an out-of-body experience, you know, just by picturing it happening, you know, my body ignites.
Everyone looked around at each other and just went, really? Is this happening?
When they said my name, it just shocked me completely.
I thought, I can't believe it. It's really surreal.
I think I would never have been braver if it wasn't for this whole journey experience. So I think I really respect myself, and I really love myself for the achievement that I've come this far.
I came here like really wanting it, and then by about Wednesday, I think I realized that I kind of needed it instead, because I don't know. It's just like what I want to do in the future, so.
I'm going to go back home, keep on going with my college, become an elementary school teacher, and use the experiences I learned from the Apollo Space Academy and help my kids out.
I've been working at this my entire life, and I plan on doing my best to continue doing what I'm doing, and hopefully one day I will make it there. So.
My son told me, Dad, you're a winner. Go there and make us proud. I think the hardest part for me would be to look him in the eye and say that I've lost. And I have touched failure.
It's a tough thing to watch like your dreams slide right in front of you, and like you cannot grab it. But it's okay.
Really nice to meet you.
To meet you, seriously. It was really a pleasure, man. And congratulate all of you. I wish you luck, man.
See you around, bro.
Yeah. Good seeing you, man.
The last day, when we all knew that, okay, this is going to be the last day, it kind of went a little emotional.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
You know, because all of us became a family.
I'm going to miss it, but this has been the best week of my life. I know we'll never have a chance to do this again, but this has just been amazing. Take care.
I'm feeling exhausted, happy, tired, everything. So yeah, very happy though, very happy.
This whole experience like has taught me to fight for your dreams. So that's something that I will keep like for the rest of my life. I know I have not achieved it, but that only pulls me like to keep fighting and to find a way to achieve.
When I go to space, I'll bring a Philippine flag just to represent those who have struggled, those who have survived from the recent typhoon. So I offer it to them.
It takes a lot of courage to actually face failure, and that's why a lot of people are afraid to try. I used to have that fear of failing as well, so I always used to play safe. But now I know what kind of life I want next. I am brave, and I'm proud of that. Yeah.
But then it's good now that we're going home, you know.
Yeah. Very proud of you, man. Very proud of you. Well done.
Thank you, man.
I think in terms of the dynamic between the three of us, it's shifted slightly. You know, we've sort of adopted more of a supporting role now with Mandla. He's our representative, you know, and we're right behind him all the way. Team South Africa carries on, onward, upward to the stars.
What Ex-Apollo has just done is they've ignited a fire that cannot be put out. So they've given me a taste of what it's like. So until I've reached it and tasted it, I'm not going to stop.
South Africa. That's right, man.
I feel all emotions right now. I'm so excited.
I'm most excited about the acceleration at the start, I think. And of course, the great view from 100 kilometers above the Earth. This must be just incredible, yes.
It's like, you know, all 27 years you've been writing letters to Santa, and one fine day he arrives.
As soon as I heard my name called, I was over the moon, like, well, I will be soon, literally.
My name is Denis. I'm from
My
Russia.
name is Thales. I'm from Norway.
My name is Omar Samra. I'm from Egypt.
I'm Eduardo Luduena from Spain.
I'm Robert Vokal. I'm from Slovakia.
My name is Tim Gibson, and I'm from Australia.
I'm Chino Roque. I'm from the Philippines.
From Vietnam.
My name is Felix.
My name is Hamish Fair.
My name is Mandla Maseko, and I'm from South Africa.
I'm from India, and I am
Generation Hustler.
This is incredible. What does it mean to you to actually be going into space?
Now, Omar Samra has become a star in Egypt.
You're going to be like the African Buzz Aldrin. Do you realise you're actually going to space?